Hello, you're about to take your first ride on a Zippy PT, but before we continue with this video, you should have read the Zippy PT user manual very carefully, and if possible, have someone else who's also read and understood the riding instructions in the manual and who's able to watch the video with you, standing by, ready to hold the handlebars as you step on for the first time. But you must be wearing a standards approved bicycle or skateboard helmet with the chin strap adjusted and locked in place. Ensure the Zippy PT is not connected to a battery charger or anything else that could restrict its movement, and power up the Zippy PT. This is detailed in section 4 in the user manual. Be sure the battery of the Zippy PT is sufficient charge. This is detailed in section 4.1 of the user manual, and set the ride mode to the learner mode. This is detailed in section 4.2 of the user manual. Please pause this video if you need to check any of the items I've just mentioned. If you're okay to continue, the first thing for you to remember is that the Zippy PT has small wheels and it's not designed for riding on rough, potholed, irregular, corrugated, ridged, stepped, slippery, sloping, or any other type of uneven surface. If you do so, you'll risk injury from loss of control and falling. Riding a Zippy PT on a smooth level surface is fun, even when it's for business. But either way, it's your responsibility to be fully in control, and you must ensure that everyone and everything in your environment remains safe. Always stay alert and be careful to avoid other people, obstructions or obstacles, and never try to jump or do anything that would cause one or both wheels to lose contact with the ground. Before I show you how to get on the Zippy PT, I'll explain how easily you're able to control your movements when you ride. When you ride a Zippy PT, you can change your speed, move forward, stop or move backward, or just stand still, simply by moving your hips and making your weight also move to either the front of your feet, the back of your feet, or be spread evenly along the whole of your feet. If you're okay to continue, the first thing to remember is that the Zippy PT has small wheels. Before I show you how to get on the Zippy PT, I'd like to explain how easy it is for you to control your movements. When you bend your knees, your body locks in the middle. So when you push your hips in any direction, your whole body moves, and that is what's needed for you to stay in control when you're riding. It's very important to learn and to practice how to control your hip and weight movements to achieve the complete control that you need. Moving your hips is easy, but there is one thing you must always do, and that is bend your knees. You can see that when I move, I always have my knees bent. It's not possible to ride and have full control if you stand with your legs straight, because you'll wobble in the middle, and that'll make the Zippy PT wobble also. When you ride, move your hips and your whole body forward with your knees bent, and the extra weight on the front of your feet make it go forward. Move your hips and your whole body backward with your knees bent, and the extra weight on the back of your feet make it stop or go backward. Stand still and upright with your knees bent and your weight spread evenly throughout your feet, and this allows the Zippy PT to stand still. A small weight change makes the Zippy PT move slowly, a heavy weight change makes it move fast. I'll now show you how to get on and ride. It's not possible to ride and have full control if your legs are straight. Take a light hold of the handlebar. Position the Zippy PT so that the foot pads are horizontal and not tilted to the front or the back. Stand with your knees slightly bent and put one foot flat onto the foot pad with your weight spread evenly so that the Zippy PT doesn't move forward or backward. When you put your foot on the foot pad, you'll have heard a beep sound. This sound lets you know that it's self-balanced and it's in ready to ride mode. Never continue trying to step onto a Zippy PT if you don't hear that sound indicating that it is ready to ride. To feel how you change direction on a Zippy PT, very gently tilt the handlebar a small amount across to the left, and you'll feel that it slowly begins to turn to the left. Now very gently move the handlebar back to the right so that it slowly turns right until it's once again facing forward. Stay standing with your first foot on the foot pad. Obviously, before you can ride, you need to step on with your second foot. To do that, keep holding the handlebar lightly and don't move it. Never continue to try and step onto the Zippy PT if you don't hear that beep sound. Look ahead, not down at your feet, and make sure you still have your knees bent. Now step up with your second foot, keeping your knees bent. Remember that the Zippy PT is self-balancing, so you don't need to try and balance it. Think of standing on it as just the same as standing on the ground. Stay standing with your knees bent and relax. As soon as you feel relaxed, stand taller with your back straight, but keep your knees bent at least just a little. For extra stability, move your feet so that you stand on the foot pads with your feet placed as wide apart as possible. The next thing to practice is stepping off. Stepping off the Zippy PT is just the opposite of stepping on. Keep looking ahead, not down or behind. Make sure your knees are bent and you keep them bent. Keep the handlebar still and don't let it move. Lift one foot off the foot pad and place it onto the ground. As soon as you feel relaxed, stand taller, but keep your knees bent. Keep the foot that's still on the foot pad flat. Don't put extra pressure on the front or the back of that foot. Remove your second foot and stand normally on the ground. Keep holding the handlebar still until you hear a beep. After you hear that beep, the Zippy PT is then out of ready to ride mode, and it can then be tilted back towards your body until it supports itself by resting on its parking stops. Practice stepping on and off several times to ensure you're able to do it without causing the Zippy PT to move. When you're confident in your ability to step on and off, you're then ready to start riding. Follow the previous procedures and step back onto the Zippy PT. Stand with your back straight and your knees bent. Gently push your knees and hips forward so that more weight is applied to the front of your feet. The more gently you move your body forward, the slower the Zippy PT will move. The more forcefully you move your body, the faster it'll move. To slow or stop, simply have your back straight with your knees bent and allow your hips and your whole upper body to move back, as if you're trying to sit on something that's a little distance behind you. It's important that you don't either push or pull on the handlebar when you're trying to go forward or trying to stop. It's not necessary and potentially dangerous to push or pull on the handlebar, as moving your body weight onto the front of your feet or your heels is all that's needed to make the Zippy PT move forward, slow down or stop. And if you push or pull on the handlebar, it's possible you could overpower the motors and this could cause a fall. As the Zippy PT comes to a stop, move your body gently forward again so that your weight is spread evenly on your feet, and the Zippy PT will then stay in that stop position. Practice your body movements for going forward, slowing, stopping and standing still until you can do them comfortably. Don't try and ride backwards unless it's only for a very short distance and at a very low speed. The Zippy PT is able to turn on the spot, so riding backwards, reversing, is unnecessary in almost all situations. Riding backward is potentially dangerous because it's easy to become disoriented and this could cause a fall. Now let's practice some left and right direction changes. Left or right turns are easily controlled by moving your hips and your upper body across in the direction you want to turn. It's essential to always have your knees bent and to move your hips and upper body in the direction you want to turn before you commence the turn. Moving your body like this keeps you in place in tight turns and also keeps you more stable if you happen to hit a bump that's unexpected. Good riders always move their body even in gentle turns. It's very important when you're riding a Zippy PT to maintain a good riding posture. To stay comfortable and ride safely, you should always stand with your back straight, but always have your knees at least slightly bent. Have your feet positioned as wide apart as possible on the foot pads. Keep a distance between your body and the handlebar and look ahead, not down immediately in front of you. This ensures you have a good view of everything around you. The Zippy PT has speed limits built in. When it gets to its maximum speed, it will gently tilt the handlebar back towards you. And in learner mode, you'll also hear a warning sound. If you feel the handlebar moving back towards you, don't think it's about to tip you off. All you need to do is gently move some weight to the back of your feet, and this will slow it a little, and as it slows, it'll return to a normal riding position. In learner mode, the speed alert warning sound will stop as it slows. There are some secrets to being a good Zippy PT rider. Always wear a correctly fitting, standards approved helmet and have the chin strap adjusted and locked in place. Always keep your knees at least slightly bent to keep full control. Bend your knees more as you increase speed or if the surface is not completely smooth. When turning, always move your body across in the same direction you're turning and move it before you start to make the turn. Move more if the turn is tight or if you're travelling at a faster speed. Look for, be aware of and avoid anything that could be a risk or a danger to you in your environment. Always ride at a safe speed. Be relaxed, but stay aware. Avoid riding backwards because the steering is reversed and it's very easy to become disoriented and fall. Make sure you read the operating manual. Understand the operating requirements and the limitations of the Zippy PT. Never ride on rough, potholed, irregular, slippery or sloping terrain. Riding a Zippy PT on anything other than a smooth level surface increases the risk of injury from loss of control or a fall. Never try to jump and never take risks. If you have any further questions, please contact your Zippy PT selling dealer or Zippy PT Australia. Thank you for your attention. We wish you safe and enjoyable riding.